Say something nice for the camera.
It's a pleasure.
I heard you here to come collect what's rightfully yours.
Hi, Rabbi. Hi, Rabbi. I didn't bring the gold on. I'm sorry.
Hey, how you doing?
Fantastic.
Good to see you.
Richard came.
Hello.
Wait,
I'll sit on there.
And the star of the show.
Now we can spend time with you.
Yes, finally.
After the rabbi leaves.
What, you didn't eat dinner? Yeah, I see
Rabbi Yitzchak, you have anything nice to say about KSY in general? Rabbi and specifically Rabbi Haber, Rabbi Twerski?
This is the most powerful one-two punch that I ever encountered. Really.
Wow.
We're very sad that the Rav and the Rebbetzin are leaving. They bring such a presence with them. It elevates and lifts on the lives of the people who live here. I think in a part of the Kehillah of KSY. We're sad to see them. We hope to see them back again very soon.
Oh man. Guys, you're supposed to say something or at least wave. Pretend like you want to be here. Rabbi Avram? Rabbi Avram?
Yes.
Do you have a message for the camera?
It's been a life-changing event for me. Things in my life that I was struggling with, and I didn't know how I'd answer them. The Rav and his presence and his peacefulness and his kedusha just kind of melted away many of my problems, and I feel renewed. And I can't thank him enough and the Rebbetzin for all they've given to us in our community.
Fantastic.
These are two things.
Rebbetzin Twerski, it's been amazing having you here. Knowing the community really personally, relationships. It's been great. We hope this continues. When you come back soon, it's been fantastic.
Things you do.
Rabbi Yaakov.
Reb Tzvi, we love you.
There we go.
Bless you. Yishkom Michel Rebbetzin. Actually, he's the greatest person in this world and the next world.
Oh man. Fantastic, guys. You mind if I have something for both of you? Yeah? Anything you want to say? No? Come on, give a message for the camera.
I've had an amazing experience. It's my first time spending with the Rebbe.
There you go.
And it's been a wonderful experience. Hopefully in the near future, have this experience again.
Rabbi and Rebbetzin Feige, we want to thank you for coming. We look forward to your next visit. You have uplifted our whole Kehillah and raised the level of Kabbalah Torah even higher than it already was. We really appreciate it.
Fantastic. נו, רבי פדר, אפילו בעברית אתה יכול, ביידיש, עברית, אנגליש, רוסיש.
הרב הרבני טברסקי, הציבור פה מאוד מתפעל, מאוד התפעל, מאוד מתרגש מזה שבאתם, עוד יותר שאתם הולכים, בעזרת השם, מקווים שתחזרו לכאן פעם נוספת, ובסופו של דבר תביאו גם את משיח יחד. בעזרת השם.
The rabbi's on the phone.
This is so sad for you, right?
Sad?
Yeah.
They're always with me right here.
But you had a nice Shabbos.
I did.
Shabbos is unbelievable.
By the way, just for the record, that's these two people here, Melanie and Mrs. Pinsky. These two, without them, nothing would have happened.
Without Melanie, nothing would happen.
Amatzia, you have to say something for the camera.
Can I say it soon?
Huh? Soon? Okay. Oh, you're gonna say it soon.
You're recording?
I'm recording.
Your video. Okay.
Yeah. The rabbi told me to do it. Rabbi Michel.
Hi, how are you? What's this for?
This is for, yeah, this is just for,
wow.
we're going to put it
I don't know
up.
what to say. It was an inspiration. It was, I don't know, I wasn't preparing. This mixture of humbleness, kedusha, simpleness, godless, just, I don't know, I was just blown away just by seeing the Rav smile. It's amazing. Go ahead. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Say something, I think.
What's that?
Should I say something?
Are you going to speak from the?
No.
Look, for anyone who doesn't know, this is Amatzia Spiegler. Without Amatzia, nothing would have happened here, folks.
We have a tremendous Hakar Satov to Rebbe Rebbetzin. It's been an amazing couple of months, and we're all having withdrawal symptoms, I think. So I wanted to thank Rebbe Rebbetzin again for all the chizuk and the incredible warmth and giving to the community, and really hope that B'ezrat Hashem we can do it again soon. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. This child is so sad that the rabbi is leaving. He looks like he's either having allergies or he's been crying. We're not sure.
Sure, it's a combination.
Combination. Yossi, anything for the camera? Yossi speechless? No way.
It was a real privilege to finally get to know the Rav and the Rebbetzin in person. I've known them my whole life, but to finally get to know them in person is a real plus.
I'm speechless.
You're speechless.
Yeah, no, it's been an amazing ride the last 2 months, and it's very bittersweet. We gained a lot, but now it's very sad.
Now you got to take it with you. This is like our Ne'ilah Sachag here.
Yeah. Year after year after year after year.
This is one of our sheer regulars over here. You want to say anything for the camera?
Sheer going.
Now you look much better.
Now I can see.
Do you have a message for the KSY viewers, for the Rabbi and Rebbetzin?
It's been a pleasure to have the Rabbi and Rebbetzin here these 2 months. We wish he would stay longer, and our bracha is that he's able to come back and stay with us longer and make Aliyah to our fine town.
Oh, amen.
Hello. I'm relatively new here. I think it's an exciting shul. The people here are just doers. I've seen those who are not doers, but we got doers in here. What other whiskey doers? Anyway, I'd like to wish the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin a safe trip and a safe return. Not that long from now. And eventual Aliyah, as this lumberjack told you. And Rabbi Hebrew and his Ashes Kyle should also be here for a long time and lead us in the right direction.
Oh man, thank you. Rabbi Yitzchak, you have to leave a message. Not right now. We'll come back to you because your opinion matters to us.
Message you up for the rest of the night.
Doron, you're being recorded. I know you don't want to be recorded.
Oh, my gosh. I have to say something sensible.
Say something nice.
Well, I asked the Rebbe Mechila.
Give him time.
I already asked the Rebbe Mechila that he had to suffer through my davening for 2 months. So I'm clean on that one. But our loss is Milwaukee's game. When the rest of Milwaukee comes out, it will be our game again.
Oh, that's words of truth right there.
That's a solution. We need the Rebbe to come and all of Milwaukee to come with him. But only the Jewish one. Just the Jewish one.
Just the Jewish one. David?
It's a pleasure to serve.
Pleasure to serve.
Pleasure to serve.
Pleasure to serve.
I look forward to next season, next year, the same season.
Oh,
Rob
man.
likes to say a lot. It's great having Rebbe here for sure. It's a lot of interesting shiurim, even though I had to listen to it from work instead of being in person. Hopefully he'll come back. tradition.
Okay.
I'm not a cheer tomorrow morning.
You're not a cheer tomorrow morning.
So
who's going to record it and post it?
Why do you think I'm telling you? Not to just, I'm not looking for...
This is our technical man right here, folks. Thanks to Doron.
So you're it.
The sheer regular has to leave a message of something, a bracha.
Bracha v'atzlacha.
Express. Oh no! You can't tell, but he's crying inside.
Ask your question. It's really been a highlight of every day, every week. The tish, the mornings, and the time spent together will definitely be missed. But I don't want to say goodbye because I know that there'll be more coming. Thank you.
I've just been so honoured to meet the Rebbe, and I really look forward to next year when he comes back again.
Oh man, very good. Mr. Kramer, do you have a message for the Rabbi and Rebbetzin?
Rabbi Twerski and Rebbetzin Feige, we are so happy that you came to Bet Shemesh, and we had a great time having you here. People are elated that you are here, and the Kramers are very happy. We hope that you come back again next year.
Oh man, or sooner.
Or sooner.
Step besuchen?
הזכוס וגנץ בצ'מש וארץ ישראל. אז הצדיקי ונזר גדוי של יוינים, אני כלך מורמות חדוי, פלצם זרוף, פלצ'רנוב לרב, ורב זישה, שקיקים בזוך in ארץ ישראל, משפיע sein ונקדושה. Das ist באיזה שם האומפנג, ואופת das באיזה שם der Umfang bringen an der Rebbe, kommen oft an Eretz Yisrael. In letzter noch kommen du besetzt mit ihm zusammen.
Oh man.
Die Geule schleimen um in der Kurve, Mann.
Oh man. Go ahead. Rabbi Lubling?
How are you?
Well, fantastic. How are you?
Baruch Hashem.
Do you have a message for the KSY community, maybe the Rabbi and Rebbetzin in particular?
It was a big schos to have the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin here. They did very Torah, the Chizik, the Havas Yisrael. We wish that they would be here with us, the Gansios or the Gansio Freilich with the Havas Yisrael. They're unbelievable people.
Shkaya. You, Zachariah, you have to say something. Quick, because I got to go over and get that other thing.
This year we're very inspiring.
Okay, we're going to come back to you, but maybe we can find a suitcase.
The number of people here tonight, and the people that came to the Tisha and Suda Shlishit and all the Shiurim are a testament to the impact, the touch that the Rebbe and Rebbetzin had on so many lives over the last 2 months.
Yes.
We're gathered here tonight as a Mesibas Preda, as a celebration to properly escort the Rebbe and Rebbetzin as they leave from their visit to our community. But a Mesibas Preda, and particularly this Mesibas Preda, is not about them leaving us, but about what they are leaving for us. Over the past 2 months, the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin have shared their time, their Torah, their Chasidus, their warmth, their wisdom, their brachos, and above all, the smile that they greeted every person, man, woman, and child in our Kehillah. And for us, we could say, and we could cry about what we will be missing when the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin return to Milwaukee. But rather than think about what we're missing, again, we should concentrate on what they're leaving for us. It says that Yaakov Avinu lo meis. The Parshas Vayechi, when Yaakov Avinu left this world, it said Vayikva, but it doesn't say Vayamas, that he died. And Chazal say, Rashi brings Chazal, that we see that Yaakov Avinu lo meis, he didn't die. Of course, the question begs, Yaakov Avinu was embalmed, he was brought to Eretz Yisrael, he was buried in the Maras HaMachpelah, and he was mourned for many, many days. Heich yitochen, how is it possible to say that Yaakov Avinu didn't die? So Chazal answer that because the children of Yaakov were all tzaddikim, and more importantly because the children of Yaakov learned from his ways and followed his ways and continued his legacy, it was ki'ilu, he did not die. Lahavdil, I think we can say the same thing. We will miss the Tish, we will miss the Shaloshudas, we might miss the Nigunim that the Rebbe taught us, but if we continue on his ways and the Rebbetzin ways, if our Shalom Bayis is different, if our Torah is different, if our davening is different, if our Shabbos is different, then it's Ki'ilu, the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin are not leaving, but they'll be here with us until their next physical visit. The idea of the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin coming to the Kehillah, I have to say that not every Rav in the world would want to bring in, so to speak, such great competition. But without question, in our Kehillah, a Kehillah of Torah and Gedula with a Rav who's not only great in his Torah and his Avodah and his teaching, but is also humble and understands that we have an opportunity to grow when someone like the Rebbe comes, brought Rabbi Michel and the Rebbetzin to be with us for 2 months. And it's my great honor, my kavod, to invite the Morad Asur, Moreinu Rabbeinu, Harav Yaakov Haber, to offer some divrei bracha.
Thank you, Rabbi Avram. I've been thinking all day about what I should say, and I still haven't come up with anything. First of all, I want to thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu for the tremendous mazel that our Kehillah has. And obviously, Kehillah Shifta Yeshurun has some kind of a special place in the Shemayim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu's taking care of us, because when I first heard and thought of this idea that maybe the Twerskis will come to us, you know what it was in America to get them to come for a Shabbos? 2 months, it's like a dream thing. And it happened. What the Rebbeinu Shalom wants to happen, happens. And so it's a really big compliment, I think, Min HaShamayim, to the Kehillah. And I want to thank the Rebbeinu Shalom, and I want to thank the Kehillah. And especially I want to thank, there's so many people did so many things, so I don't want to, it's impossible to thank everybody, but Beroisham, you know, when we started planning this, so I asked 2 people to help me with being Masada everything. I asked Rabbi Matzia and his wife, that's one. And I asked Reb Chaim Bernstein and his wife, that's 2, if they can take care of the Rebbe and the Rebbetzins' needs, and they really, really did. They said yes immediately, and that was that. Everything was taken care of. I also want to, while I'm thanking it, I know I'm going to get a little bit in trouble for this later, but I really want to thank my wife, because she, not a day in these 2 months went by where she didn't think and usually say, what can I do for the Twerskis to make them more comfortable? And she was just on her mind all the time, and I think she did. So yasher koach to you, Rebbetzin Feige. And of course, I want to thank the Twerskis. This was, it was a big chesed. I have a feeling that besides for just the hashgacha pratis and the mazel min hashemayim, I'd like to think that it's about a relationship that I've had with Rav Twerski for many, many years. many decades. And Baruch Hashem, the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin has become sort of the family rabbi. My son Sender, who's a Rav in Norfolk, came specially because the Twerskis are here, Baharaya. I've been here the whole time, he's never come. And really, all the kids, all of them, Baruch Hashem, feel this comfortable place that when they want to speak to somebody, they somehow find a way to get to the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin. And I have a lot of hakar satov for that. And the relationship that goes on for years and years, Baruch Hashem, and it gets only better and only stronger. Baruch Hashem benefits the Kehillah. So this is a very beautiful thing. I was going over in my mind, like, if I had to put into a couple of sentences, what was this experience? What did we learn here? And sometimes, maybe the Rebbe, with respect, with great covet, maybe you don't realize yourself what you lend to the makom that you come to. But I'm getting older, so I'm allowed to say. I told a joke a couple of months ago in Shul. And you're not supposed to repeat jokes, but the Rebbe didn't hear it. There was somebody driving down the highway, Kfish Achad, and he gets a phone call from his wife in the car. And his wife says, "Listen, I'm listening to the news. You better be careful on the road because there's some Michigana driving the wrong way on the road. It's very dangerous." So the guy says to his wife, "One Michigana, there's thousands of them." The pshat is, who knows what's the right way, what's the wrong way, what's normal, what's not normal, what's the derech to go, what's not the derech to go. Most people, if they want to know what they should do or how they should firzach and what derech they should take, they basically do what everybody else is doing. It's safe. Safety's with numbers. It's a herd mentality. Just do what everybody's doing and everything will be okay. When you go out of that order, when you drive down the highway in the wrong direction, everybody figures you're nuts. And it seems to me that, over the years, and I don't want to say anything bad or critical, but over the years, even since I'm a child, Yiddishkeit has become, on the one hand, so much more developed, Baruch Hashem, and yeshivas and shuls and batei midrashos, not to mention Eretz Yisrael. Look, what's going on here, a renaissance of Torah. I don't know if in history, with all of the stories that we hear about pre-war Europe, I don't know if there was ever so much Torah and so many Avrechim learning Torah and so many people learning the Daf every day and so much tefillah and so many Rebbes and Rosh Hashivas. Baruch Hashem, it's a beautiful thing. But it's a beautiful thing. But sometimes I just feel that with all of the great numbers and with all of the great quantity and even quality in Torah, we've somehow lost our way here and there. And I ask myself sometimes, but where's the Midos Togos? Where's the Pashut Yidden and the Pashut women that would stand in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and just daven? And where are the people that don't care about the trappings and the chitzonias of all of the things that you have to buy and you have to have in your house and you have to wear? Where are the people that are just simply connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu? That's where are the Yidden that are here in this world? We're all here in this world just to be the Tzelem Alekim, to be representatives of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in this world and to teach people about the Rebbeinu Shalom, about the beauty of the Rebbeinu Shalom through the beauty of Yiddishkeit. And sometimes I think everybody's driving on the highway in the wrong way. And there is a way which is a better way. And the reason that our family, and now I think our whole Kehillah, admires the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin so much, is just so humble, so down to earth, so normal, no shtick, just a conversation is a conversation, And one feels like, wow, I just met something real. I just met someone authentic. What we really met was probably on a deep Kabbalistic level, the main reason why HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world altogether is because he wanted to have a dira b'tachtonim. He wanted the world to go in a normal way, which is a way of Hashem. So we found somebody who's Mekayim exactly that tachlis. And it's somebody that we should all crystallize the message, and we could all be. We could all have a good word for another person. We could all have a smile. We could all be normal. We could all be emistic. We could all daven with kavanah. We could even all give brachas. Because dvarim habayim min alev, nichnasim al alev. It's yotzei v'nichnas. We're all Rebbes. And I think this is something that's just such an important lesson. Forget about everything. Be a good Jew. Be a Yid the way HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us to be Yidden. And the Rebbe's Mevarach all of us, but I want to, b'shem the Tzibur, I want to be Mevarach the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin La'orech Yamim. They should have many, many good years. Many years of good health, and nachas from all their beautiful children and their grandchildren. Somebody asked me this morning, so the Rebbe and Rebbetzin are leaving, can the grandchildren still come? You should have many, many good years and much, much nachas from your entire family and much nachas from us and everybody to talk to. And you should continue to be able to touch with your simple erlichkeit, to be able to touch thousands and thousands and thousands more Jews than even the thousands that you've touched until now.
Amen.
Go ahead.
I want to add my thank you to the Spiegler family and to the Berenstein family for all of their help in bringing and settling the Rebbe and Rebbetzin here for the last 2 months. And Reb Chaim and Rivka Berenstein and Aryeh Berenstein as well, who were there to set up for every Tish and every Shalosh Shudas and all the special events, the Malava Malka and Achron Chaviv here tonight, the Sudas Preda. They did it with their hearts and their soul and their love, and we thank you very much for everything that you did. We don't even realize everything that the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin have given us. There was beautiful music playing as everyone came in this evening and sat down until we began the speeches. And the music is also a gift of the Rebbe. They are his own compositions, set to an orchestra. Again, the koach and nigun that the Rebbe has brought with him and has taught us. So what do you give the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin who seem to have everything? And we decided as a kehillah to put together our appreciation, our thoughts, our tfilos, our brachos, our requests for brachos in a book that was put together by the Kehillah with the help of Yossi Haber, who again gave his heart and soul to make this book in a very short amount of time. I'd just like to read the cover page inside. It comes from the Rav on behalf of the entire Kehillah, on behalf of everyone here that expresses our feelings, and only the way the Rav could. La'os hukra ba'akar satov abkuro shel Rabbi Reinu ha'ov ha'lav kanafshi kvod kedushas ha'admor Moharan Staipo Harav Tzadik Rabbi Michel Twerski Shlita Noas Beiso Atzadekis Ishir Hashem Rabbanit Maras Feige Asher Bikro B'kilaseinu Chodshayim She'avar Aleinu Kachalom Ya'uf B'chodesh Kislev Tavshin Ayin Ches Harebi Rabbanit Chizku Es Kulanu V'hosif Ruach V'chonu V'chinuch Beis Medraseinu HaChadash Ad Shitamali Kol Habayis Ora V'hi Rabba Min Kadam Shemaya Shetizku Liyomim V'shonim Aruchim V'tok Brios Kufa U'Nehorim Alya Shetelchu B'derech Aboseichem Akdoshim Lahavi Or Hashem L'choman Deboy L'Karbo Sonu L'Gula Shaleva Meira V'Yameinu Amen Ki Yehi Ratzon B'Havas Oz B'Kavod B'Aratzah Haruya La'anakim Kamosim B'Tor B'Yir Shemayim U'B'Avas Yisrael Rav Yaakov Haber V'Shem Kol Kila Shifti Yeshurin Yigimel Shvat Tavshin Ayin Ches. Yossi, you wrapped this very well.
Help him out, Yossi.
The book, pages of our thoughts, our appreciation, our tefillot, our brachos, everything that we could put into the book in a very short amount of time to express as much as words can our akar satov, our appreciation to the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin for your visit. We hope that this again will only be a short stop on your trip, your journey back home to Eretz Yisrael here with us. B'Geula Shalema.
Rishus, our wonderful Moradasa and his equally wonderful Rebbetzin, and with the kind indulgence of all of you who have embraced us so warmly over our visit to your community. I confess that when I came here, that I was very chauvinistic, and I believed that our Kehillah in Milwaukee was the only place on the planet that had the kind of unity and warmth, the kind of sincerity, and the kind of spiritual aspiration, the readiness to listen and to grow, that it was a rare example of how people who come from so many different places in life become family, caring and loving, attentive, and supportive of one another. And they are a community where people are in a lot of different places on the mountain, but they share the common denominator that they want to help each other work towards the summit. And I came here knowing nothing about the community other than the fact that the community had a very special leader, the Rabbi Rebbetzin, and that I could trust our long-standing friendship, that our stay here would be one in which we would be cared for. I had no way of knowing that the Haber family, the extended family, all of you, and then some, those of you who have embraced him as your mentor, Rabbi Rebbetzin as your mentors, your role models, who have sat at their feet listening and learning, that there was yet another place on the planet that had the very same qualities that our community in Milwaukee had. So my chauvinism was deflated, happily, and I learned that it was possible for something great to be replicated in other places. So there really is hope for mankind. We began the story of Jewish history from the beginning of Parsha Shmos, and we are now reaching what is very likely the summit of Jewish history in this week's Parsha. We've moved from Avdus, from bondage, servitude, degradation, to stand at the foot of Har Sinai this week, and in an exalted expression of the Jewish neshama to declare Nasa v'nishma. Ki ish echad b'lev echad, like one man, like one person with one heart. But the story begins with a mitzvah of Korban Pesach, where the Torah demands that they take the Korban Pesach, that each family should have this offering. And if one family can't handle it, then you include your neighbor. The story of moving towards Vayichan Sham Yisrael, where everybody has one heartbeat, where everybody has one pulse, where everybody has one voice, where everybody has one aspiration and one declaration. And Nasa v'nishma begins with a family. And if it's necessary to reach out to make that family bigger, so v'lakachu shchenai. And one of the things that this community is all about is about working towards that Vayichan Sham Yisrael Neged Dahar, by finding each other, supporting each other in the way in which the feeling that one gets when you step into this community and when you step into this Beis HaMedrash, that this isn't just a collection of people who come to daven together, but it's a family. And you've welcomed us into your hearts. And I can tell you that not only are we grateful, Rebbetzin and I, for the warmth and the way in which you've extended yourselves, but if they were to weigh not our suitcases, but us, that they would find that there is a very peculiar kind of vacillation going on within us. On one hand, we'd get on the scale and we would weigh nothing because we're carried away, we're buoyant with your affection and your respect and your caring. And I can tell you that on the other hand, there would be no numbers to measure how heavy we feel, having heard the many ways in which this community, like our own community, faces nisionos and faces challenges and has so many different forms of pain. And precisely because you are people of such extraordinary quality, and because you are so special, we have had no choice but to embrace your pain as well. So we leave this community deeply enriched by the fact that you have made us part of your family. And we also leave wanting you to know that we share in all of the things that you brought to us, and that our tefillos and our hearts are with you. The Rebbetzin and I have been around the block a few times. We've been in many communities, many communities, and we've met many charismatic leaders. But I want you to know how lucky you are. I want you to know how fortunate you are. Because in your leadership, in Rabbi and Rebbetzin Haber, you have two of the most extraordinary leaders in the Jewish Torah spiritual world. And it's certainly part of our tefillah that they will grace your kehillah and continue to inspire and teach and mentor all of you, so that when we return, that all of you will be considerably, if that's possible, even taller than you are in our hearts right now. There's a story that they tell about the generations of Hasidic leadership. Tell the story that the Baal Shem Tov, when Klal Yisrael would be in an Eis Tzora, when there would be a time in which Klal Yisrael would be in trouble, that the Baal Shem Tov would go out into the forest, to some mysterious place where no one knew. And he would build a fire, and he would recite a tefillah, and the tzara would be resolved. After the Baal Shem Tov passed away, the great Maggid who succeeded him said that he knew where the place was, and he knew how to build a fire, but he didn't know the tefillah. But just going out to this place and building the fire, he was able to bring salvation to whatever the tzara was. When the great Maggid passed away, the Rebbe Melech said that he knew where the place in the forest was. He didn't know the tefillah that the Baal Shem Tov said, but he also didn't know how to build the fire. And when the Rebbe Melech died, the Abderov, who was one of the leaders of the Hasidic movement when the Rebbe Melech passed away, said, I don't know where the place in the forest is. I certainly don't know how to build the fire, and for sure I don't know the tefillah. But I know how to tell the story. And when he told the story, the tzara was resolved. Having been here, I know where the place in the forest is. And it's right here in Kehillat Shiftei Yeshurim. And I know that you know how to build the fire. And I know that together, that we will forge a tefillah that will build towards the Geula Shlema. But I do want you to know that the one thing that will help us, despite the fact that we're separated by thousands of miles, is that when I go back home, I'm going to tell the story. And I believe that the story will enrich our community and the people that we consider family in Milwaukee. And I know that we leave here much richer than when we came because of everything that you've done to open your hearts to us. And it is our tefillah and our bracha that you will continue to have the wonderful leadership that you have had till now, that all of you will be granted by Kadosh Baruch Hu bracha and atzlacha and nachas and good health, brius hanefesh and brius haguf, that there will be simcha in your homes and in your hearts, that there will be kedusha in your homes and in your hearts, that you will raise bonim v'nei bonim oiskim b'torah v'mitzvos, and that you will continue to build Shivtei Yeshurim as a citadel of kedusha and an inspiration to all of the Bate Midrashim throughout Klal Yisrael, b'chol mokim shehem. And I just want you to know how deeply grateful we are to all of you. There were some specific names mentioned, and certainly they deserve those special accolades, but we are really grateful to all of you. May Rebbetzin Feige give you bracha and hatzlacha l'netzach netzachim.
Amen.
Thank you, the Rebbe. As the Rebbe touched all of us in a personal way, we are asking that everyone, as we end this evening, come up personally to say it says Shalom to the Rebbe. On their way up? 30, it's not Yechidus, 30 seconds each, just to say it says Shalom and a bracha.
There's a God by keeping track.
It's okay, if we start now, it's okay.
Can you just sit here recording for a little bit? I just want to go around for a minute to my mother and my father.
Stuck with me.
It has to be a springboard. You can't stop here.
Ready, you're next.
It's a great place. Straight down. Okay, Yanko, let me work the crowd here a little bit. Huh? We're good.
all your work. Shkoyach for all your work.
Thank
you very much.
You have a message for the rabbi before you
Thank you, Shalom. Thank you for all the chizuk they give us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Rabbi Yitzchak, come on, Rabbi Yitzchak, come on, something. Give us something. That's good enough. The smile is good enough. That's good. Look at these. Look at all these characters. Unbelievable.
I have other stuff that I think you're writing a book.
Which one?
אני מביא לכולם בבית
ספר? אל תשכח.
אבל תביא עכשיו כמה. גיבסות שלי לאבא. לא, אני מביא לך לכל הבית ספר. אבא, מחר אני מביא.
Huh? I've been saying by the Rebbe, yeah. What do you have to say for yourself?
Seriously, I want to have you book.
I'll be your. If I can get away, you're on the list.
I like to do that. Thanks.
Bring my parents?
Yeah, I'd love to see your book and to get in touch.
Thank you for coming. Anything you want to say for the camera? Come on, you guys. I know you do. The lips are together like that. Come on. There we go. If people only knew how much heart there was in that.
It's a parsha like everyone's,
I'm not leaving. Thing one. Okay, we don't do that. Eliezer. Message.
So I just want you to know how awesome you were in making all this happen.
Well, I'm a good kid.
Day, moment by moment, email by email.
Well, Rebbe and Rebbetzin on behalf of all the whole Zeitlin family, we had such great appreciation for everything you did to help us in the wedding of Natif and Penina, and it was a great visit. We look forward to more.
Naftali Tzvi, du suchst auf der Kamera,
Was so nice.
It was a very nice visit. Yeah, I'm gonna miss the Rebbe.
Yeah, the whole Kehillah is gonna miss him.
Very good. He's in America.
Okay.
Do you want us to sing a song?
Well, yeah, if that's what you think would be nice.
How about Only You? Only You. Oh, sorry, this is for Rav Twerski.
This is going on YouTube, so the whole world's gonna see it.
I was like, no one ever watches YouTube.
Oh, maybe. Yes. This is the man who, without there would be no food for the Lord to pull. The world wouldn't get any food to us without Chaim. He's been the Klimaxlik brother. What do you have to?
Everyone needs the shliach. I'm the shliach of giving out some food, and the Rebbe has been, Baruch Hashem, the shliach of filling our hearts with ruchnias and bracha. Thank you so much. Really going to miss you very, very much.
Hi, Tzvi, whom I haven't seen in the last 5 days.
It's wonderful to see, and you can edit this portion, but we need a ride back to Yerushalayim. Yeah, that would be you who's going to be doing that, Tzvi. Yes. Yeah, no, you're not going anywhere.
Where's your phone? I don't know. Somewhere. Look at that. It's somewhere on the table up there. Oh no, my mother has it over there.
But it's fantastic. It's wonderful.
Oh, Yaakov is here. This is not Yaakov. This is.
Thank you so much. You did such a fantastic job. I learn Torah every morning. because of your efforts, and of course the rabbis. See, of course. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it.
And then we have to finish that question from this morning.
That's right. I'm still trying to find out.
It's about the Rebbe thing, the Gedolim, Anyway, Tzvi, now I'm excited. We'll have you just for ourselves.
Get in line.
Yeah, really. Halavai, get in line.
My son's getting Shalom.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, Tzvi, my good friend.
Say something nice for the camera. I get to hold the mic.
No. About you?
No, it's a Taste from the Summer video.
Taste from to the Rebbe. Baruch Hashem, he was here. We were able to see him. Come to the shir, come to the tish, and we're waiting for him to come back.
Here we go. Ellie, we didn't get you yet. Some kind words?
Hi, Rabbi Twerski. I've heard your name for years and years, and I was so surprised and overjoyed when I saw that you were coming, and then when I had the opportunity to meet you and talk to you, and I just appreciate your listening ear and your love and your hugs and your wisdom, your shiurim. I've never come across anyone who can wait for so long in a shir to try and think of something rather than just giving something off the cuff. And I really appreciate you being here, and I look forward to the next time that we meet, wherever that will be.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you.
So you're not running away, are you?
And what do you have to say about tonight's events? No. Okay, he's just clearly happy beyond words.
That's right, he's breathing.
So I'll be around. We'll see each other. Eine Klechoi, eine.
You heard Rabbi Haber said? Yeah.
I need a drink for your boss.
Why are you working that? Yanko, video.
Point this towards and you're about to go closer. I'm not going to go close, just point. Yeah. Why not? It's the other way.
I think I knew I was expecting a guy to come a second time. I'm going to see her place.
You bring them with you next year. The whole community. We love them. We love them. And you.
Sorry to see you go.
Now?
Especially working for my younger son, who's involved in a fight with his ex-wife. He has custody of his son. They're trying to undermine his parenting. Have a safe trip back. It's a gem. All your Kehila and Milwaukee should be inspired to come here to Eretz Israel. Especially since there's no beer in Milwaukee anymore.